We all know how money compounds, but disciplines compound too, as does neglect. Now, what's interesting about pattern is that the segue to reward, like what's the point? What's the incentive? Jimmy, my wife does Pilates and she's found another gear of motivation. And part of it is because I realized she told me she wants to hit a milestone of how many classes she's attended. So that becomes the reward that brings it back to the trigger. So I'd like your perspective on time and that whole sustainable habit, because 80% of the productivity, 20% of the activities, like the genius that you're talking about is, okay, what gives you purpose? What is productive? What's the best use of your time? I'd love your thoughts on that.
Yes. And also I'd add, what do you love to do? Right. So, and sometimes I think for a lot of financial advisors, I think we're in an industry that where those, especially those of us that have been independent for a long time, we have some big egos that we have to overcome. So a lot of times our biggest obstacles are ourselves, right? So when it comes to habits and having the discipline to change, right, and grow, I think it's just what you said. I think it's about, a friend of mine says that it's amazing when you look at the long term, the things that you can accomplish, or if you go back 10 years, what you've been able to accomplish, right? And then in the short term, I think we overestimate a lot what we think we can accomplish. But little incremental improvements, 1% better, every single day, week, month, whatever that is, I think just implementing new things that create more efficiency, productivity, new habits, and as we all know, I think every single human has felt this in their life, which is, our health,